Bonjour, j'espère que vous allez très bien. I hope you're well. We are going to see, nous allons voir dans cette vidéo, in this video, how to say in French the verb may. The verb may, not the word. So let's start and see how to translate this little word. Well, you need to know the translation and the conjugation. We use the verb pouvoir in French, but you remember that pouvoir also means can. So we are going to see how to use this verb to make a difference between may and can in French. So the first thing that we are going to see, the conjugation, present tense, and the pronunciation is je peux, tu peux, il peut, nous pouvons, vous pouvez, ils peuvent. Let's see now when you need to make a question. Here, as you can see, the first one is not with the verb peut, we use puis-je. Actually, peux-je is not correct French. So we all say use puis-je when it is about inversion, a question inversion. So we've got here puis-je, and after that the same verb, so no problem. Peux-tu, peut-il, pouvons-nous, pouvez-vous, peuvent-ils. Of course, there are other ways to make a question in French. You remember the est-ce que question. This one is easy because you just add a sentence afterwards. So est-ce que je peux? Est-ce que tu peux? Est-ce qu'il peut? Here, don't forget the apostrophe. Est-ce que nous pouvons? Est-ce que vous pouvez? Est-ce qu'ils peuvent? And of course, the easiest way to say it is in spoken French. You use the sentence, but you up your voice at the end, and it's a question. Je peux? Tu peux? Il peut? Nous pouvons? Vous pouvez? Ils peuvent? And that's it. So let's see now some examples when may means a possibility. I may be right. How to translate that in French? Well, this sentence is a bit tricky because we've got the expression to be right, and you know that this expression requires the verb to have and not to be in French. The second trick is that here you've got a modal verb, and you can start in English with it, I may. This structure does not exist in French because we just have two modal verbs, to have and to be. So, let's see how to translate that. J'ai peut-être raison. So, j'ai raison is I am right, and j'ai peut-être raison, I may be right. So here we say, I have, may be right in French. He may have missed the train. That's a past sentence. Well, the same thing, the structure does not exist in French, so il a peut-être manqué le train. And here, a manqué is the past tense, le passé composé of the verb to miss, manquer, and we use maybe or perhaps, il a peut-être manqué le train. When it is a question of possibility, let's speak about now permission. How to translate, so now may I, it's a question, it's a permission. So of course you can use the verb pouvoir, and you remember the question, puis-je? And the other forms are also correct here, est-ce que je peux, etc. But you can also use the verb allow, and which is permettre in French, and the translation now is vous permettez. So, do you allow me to translate may I? And you say vous permettez, it's a formal way, but you could also say tu permets, if you know the person. May I help you? Well, if you are in a street, you can say puis-je vous aider, ou est-ce que je peux vous aider, ou simplement je peux vous aider. In a shop, somebody is going to ask you, vous désirez? So vous désirez in a shop, from a seller, that's the correct translation of may I help you. You may sit down, so you've got the permission to sit down again. You can use the verb pouvoir, vous pouvez vous asseoir. Okay? If I may, so if I may, well, for example, please, I would like to go to the toilet, if I may. Okay? So in French, we are going to say, si vous me permettez. Je voudrais aller aux toilettes, si vous me permettez. If I may, si vous me permettez. Okay? I may be right. So let's come back to the first sentence we see as an example here, may possibility, because actually there is another way to translate this sentence in French. So you remember we say j'ai peut-être raison, but we also use the expression il se peut que. Il se peut que is always followed with the subjunctive mood in French, so that's why here we've got a final I to the verb est. Il se peut que j'ai raison. That's the same pronunciation actually than the present tense, but it's subjunctive mood here. Il se peut que j'ai raison. He may have missed the train, again with the expression il se peut que becomes il se peut qu'il ait manqué le train. Again here we've got the form, the correct form of the subjunctive mood of the verb avoir here, ait. Il se peut qu'il ait manqué le train. It may be a bit complicated because we use the subjunctive form, but actually I'm sure you are going to hear this expression because it's very common to use il se peut que. He may arrive late. Well, this one is interesting because we have just seen examples with the present tense, another one with the past tense, and this one is future tense. He may arrive late because he's not yet here. So he may arrive late. How do you translate that? You remember that may is not a model in French. So we are going to start with the verb arrive, but future tense. And il arrivera peut-être en retard. Il arrivera peut-être en retard. So he will arrive maybe late. That's the way we translate this sentence because of the model in French. Or, using the expression il se peut que, il se peut qu'il arrive en retard. Arrive is the subjunctive form of the verb arrive, arriver in French, and it's the same. Il se peut qu'il arrive en retard. Let's see now the friends, little friends of may. It is might. How to translate that? Well, we use the verb again, pouvoir in French, but this time the conditional mood. We've got je pourrais with two R, tu pourrais, il pourrait, nous pourrions, vous pourriez, il pourrait. That's the form we are going to use. Well, when it's possible, of course, when you don't have an expression like this one, instead of I may be right, we are going to translate I might be right. You remember that to be right, it's an expression, so the translation will be j'aurais peut-être raison, and here the verb to have is conditional mood. J'aurais peut-être raison. He might have missed the train. Il aurait peut-être manqué le train. So it's not quite sure, so that's why we use here the conditional in French. Il aurait peut-être manqué le train. Let's see the expression I might be right with now the French expression il se pourrait que instead of il se peut que, which is for present and future tense. Il se pourrait que, it's conditional mood, so il se pourrait que j'ai raison, but again this expression is followed with the subjunctive. Il se pourrait que j'ai raison. He might have missed the train. Again, il se pourrait qu'il ait manqué le train. Il se pourrait. It's not quite sure at all, so we use the conditional mood in French. Okay? Allez, c'est fini. I hope that now you know how to use may and might in French. J'espère que vous saurez utiliser les verbes may and might in French using these expressions, utilisant cette expression. Moi, je vous dis au revoir, à bientôt. Please subscribe to my channel. Tell it to your friends. Share this video. I need you.